Benzino comes for Jim Jones after he tried to diss Nas. Jim Jones earlier this week would say that with their most recent partnership, he made Nas relevant again. As a result, Capo implied that he's a better rapper than Nas. Benzino would attack Jim Jones on social media on Thursday for his remarks regarding the Illmatic legend.
Enough is enough. And now, right, hip-hop, let's go to hip-hop. This Jim Jones and Nas thing, right, I'm just gonna use this as an example, but y'all are taking part in like really ruining the legacy of this fucking man. This man has a whole fucking legacy. This Jim Jones Nas wasn't even a debate. Nas is a legend. Nas put in work. Nas's lyrics and what he stood for, whether it was from the streets or diving into the music that his father was a part of jazz, black culture, to doing stuff with the Marleys, to just basically looking at what he went through and trying to get our people together. And y'all want to ruin that? Look, no disrespect to Jim, but Jim's not even close. Jim says doesn't even make sense compared to what Nas has done for our culture.
Were you smoking when you said you better than Nas?
Jim Jones recently appeared on a Nightcap podcast with Chad Ochocinco Johnson and Shannon Sharpe, and they couldn't resist asking him about Nas. During an interview on Fat Joe and Jadakiss's show, Capo had previously positioned himself as a bigger rapper than Esco, which undoubtedly sparked a great deal of shocked discussion. But he ramped up during this Nightcap performance. The Dipset member gave a detailed explanation of why he believes he has greater influence.
I'm way more influential than Nas, and I don't care what nobody say. I know I made a little boo-boo when we talk about sales and all this type of shit. I don't feel like getting into that rhetoric about where I started. Nas was nice when I was in high school. When I was in 10th grade, Nas came out. Nas was dope. We appreciated him. He had a little bit run. But Nas always came up second to Jay and DMX and all these other people. Like,
ain't no shame in that. There a lot of folks came up second to Tom Brady.
He never had that type of influence on us, except for his first album. I already told you, I used to want to dress like Nas because he had a lot of fresh clothes that the hustlers used to wear and shit, and we used to see him on TV. He had one of the illest albums of all time. And then in high school when he had the barbecue and shit like that. So I'm a real fan of Nas, but he kind of lost me after the movie Belly and shit like that.
He also alluded to something that happened between him and the Queen's legend.
You dig? And I'm not trying to repeat history, but don't play with us when it comes to that, bro. We already went wild on them boys.
Jones claimed. Sharpe posited Esco as the superior lyricist, but Capo doubled down on the style influence. From there, all three men kept debating about competitive mentalities. In fact, Sharpe brought up Dipset's Verzoos with the LOX and how Jones should probably worry about getting his revenge on Kiss.
I will run laps around Nas rapping right now, bro. Right now, 2025, I'm in the game still rapping at a high capacity. If Nas wants to smoke, come in the booth. I will rap circles around. Smoke. That's right. I'm not mad. It's about the sportsmanship of the game. People know I'm a very aggressive person, and I seem to get misconstrued when I'm talking my shit. I'm just talking my shit, you heard? Let me talk my shit because I am on the field. If anybody got a problem with that, they can meet me on the field. That is the proof. Anybody from that era.
During a recent interview on Jadakiss and Fat Joe's podcast, Joe and Jada, Jim Jones made it clear that he does not plan on addressing his beef with Styles P or Cameron.
This is a PSA. We're not gonna talk about my brother Styles, and we're not gonna talk about Cam. One, I don't condone that shit, and two, there's a lot more other beautiful shit going on in the world than to rile up some shit.
Jones jumped in to emphasize that Styles is his brother, which Jada responded to.
There's another thing to talk about. Me and Styles are actually brothers. Two brothers that love each other.
You don't gotta explain.
I be wanting people to know that. Like,
we don't have to get into that because we already know what it is, and they're gonna see soon enough.
The PSA comes just weeks after Styles P challenged Jones to a Verzoos battle, which Jones accepted. Despite the tension, Styles later stated that he has the utmost respect for Jones and his body of work. However, he feels that he is a better rapper and that his skills are often overlooked due to his affiliation with the LOX. Jadakiss's PSA also comes only a few months after Jones addressed his long-running feud with Cameron, stating that Cam was never his friend and that he only helped him out because he was under his label.
I'm from the middle of the piece, right in.
With the release of Clips's upcoming comeback album, Let God Sort Them Out, many fans have been chanting real hip-hop is back online. This is largely due to the singles, the most recent of which was released yesterday, So Be It. Pharrell Williams once again created a fantastic beat, and Pusha T and Malice's verses were on par in quality. Of course, the internet has been going up over Travis Scott's diss. Although this song is currently receiving the most attention, the lead single, Ace Trumpets, is amazing. Pusha also directly dissed Kanye West, another former Good Music label partner. Even though that cut was getting a ton of accolades, it doesn't seem to have resonated with any one rapper until now. Jim Jones, a native of New York, would be that person. He was asked backstage at the BET Awards if he enjoyed Ace Trumpets by Bootleg Kev. Given that Jim Jones had just given Pusha T and Malice their flowers, it was reasonable to ask.
I'm ready for all things, man. Shouts to Pusha, shouts to that guy, shouts to the Clips. You know what I mean? Congratulations.
Do you like the new song?
No, but you know.
You don't like Ace Trumpets?
What's so great about it?
It's so good.
It's good in what? A nostalgic value of it.
You don't think Ace Trumpets is hard?
I don't believe them. But that's a whole nother story. I don't want to downplay nobody's craft or their music. I want to uplift everybody and things like that. But I don't listen to their music. I never have. I can't recall too many records that I can remember.
It's worth mentioning that Jones and Pusha specifically have had beef as recently as 2023. It seemed to have started after Capo disagreed with a Virginia rapper's ranking on Billboard and Vibe's top 50 rappers of all time. He passionately argued, what has he done that puts him in the greatest rappers of all time? Besides talk about coke that he probably didn't get himself, he could rap his A off. But what has he done? Nobody is dressed like him. Nobody wants to be like Pusha T. I don't remember nothing. This sparked a series of disses and clapbacks, and it seems that there's still some animosity there. Pusha did also appear to go after him on Chains and Whips, a Future Let God Sort Him Out track back then too. We will officially hear that on July 11th when their album drops. Pusha T just dissed Travis Scott on the new single from Let God Sort Him Out. Pusha T and No Malice's first album in 15 years is finally here. After the incredible success of the lead single Ace Trumpets, they released the second single, So Be It, today. At first, it was thought that the song was a jab at Kanye West, but according to GQ's Frazier Tharp, the song is really about Travis Scott.
You cried in front of me, you died in front of me. Calabasas took your bitch and your pride in front of me.
Push mentions Utopia in the final stanza and the fact that Timothy Chalamet snatched Kylie Jenner, so it was a little confusing at first, but now it all makes sense. Pusha T was not happy with Travis Scott. In an interview with GQ, Pusha explained that Travis once interrupted a Clips recording session to play them his new album. But the betrayal came when Travis released Meltdown featuring Drake. Pusha felt that Drake's verse was a direct shot at Pharoah, who was a close friend and collaborator of Pusha's. The timing of the diss track felt very disrespectful, and it caused Pusha to lose respect for Travis. He also felt that Travis was being opportunistic and trying to capitalize off of their beef. Pusha made it clear that he's not on good terms with Travis and that he does not trust him. He feels that Travis is a snake and a liar and that he can't be trusted.